Have you ever had a red one?
I mean, if I did have it, I didn't know what color it was.
Welcome back to
Saturday on Sunday.
Bring you some biscuits.
We're not ghosts.
What a stupid podcast.
Welcome.
Have you ever put a quarter on a backboard? And welcome.
How do those big ass things? Welcome back.
Well, that was new. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Saturday on Sunday podcast. What season is this? Fucking 17?
I think we're already up to 26.
Well, we're in a new season.
Are we a podcast still?
We are the podcast that sometimes forgets to shake our coffee gently.
Right.
I shook my coffee gently once.
I'm Twan.
I'm Steven.
I'm still here, I guess.
He's still here. I don't guess. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being patient with us as we just took a little break to breathe and to do some shit. A bunch of new shit happened, big moves in lives and stuff. Like, all of us had a huge major thing in our life happen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we all did it.
Yeah,
Everything.
so as you guys know, we talked about this before we left. Recently purchased my first home. So we're in a new house and new atmosphere and all that stuff. And they both have a friend that recently purchased the house. That's there.
Right. So, big moves.
That's
but it's
the
cool.
most important, right?
I mean,
You got to support the ones close to you.
Yeah.
right.
Even
now,
though they don't live that close
Anthony's
to you.
even closer.
Yeah, what's funny is now I'm closer to Steven, and I was closer to Jake,
Right.
farther from Steven. Now I'm closer to Steven, farther from. But I'm
Now
really
I can
close.
Walk out my
Obviously.
door and yell. If I yell loud enough,
I can
Anthony
hear him.
might be able to hear
Yeah,
me.
You don't have the lung capacity.
But I smoke too much.
I do because marking tomorrow from when this is recorded. I don't know when you guys are gonna see it, but
Right.
it's been a full month since I've smoked a cigarette.
Yeah. It's been a full, maybe 5-10 minutes since I've had a cigarette.
Yeah.
No, you spent a lot of time taping things on the wall.
Well, yeah. I
So
spent a
it's
lot
been
of
at least
time.
25
I'll tell you
minutes.
this though.
Right, 25, 30 minutes maybe.
I fucking hate the people who quit smoking and then
Brag about it.
not so much as brag, but bash other people.
Right.
And be like, when they see somebody light a cigarette, oh, that's disgusting.
Oh,
You should
yeah.
quit smoking. Fuck off.
Bitch,
Right.
Like, I get
you
it
just
too.
Quit.
And if you quit, and if he quit, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, dope. But I would never, come
Right.
out and be like, you should quit smoking. It's bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I knew it was bad for me for the fucking 20
yeah.
years that I did it.
Right.
But when you're ready to quit, and if you want to quit, you'll quit.
Right.
So that's what I've always said. When it's your time to quit, you know it.
Yeah, and I'm
it's
never
gonna
gonna
happen.
make you guys quit. The
Right.
dude one of the guys I work with, straight up told me, he was like, I smoke because I like it.
Right.
He was like, I don't care about the health effects and all that shit. He's like, I like it.
Yeah,
And I was like, right
feel
on, dude.
That could be said about so many different things that are harmful to you over long periods of time. It's just this is my time.
No, I'm glad I did it.
When you're ready, you're ready.
Right.
I'm glad I did it strictly off the fact that, one, it's saving me a fuck ton of money.
Right.
And I thought when people are like, oh, if you quit smoking, you'll have this much money in your pocket,
right.
blah, blah, blah. But realistically,
Yeah.
I was going to the gas station and I was spending anywhere between $18 and $25 a day at the gas station. And that's for all the stuff my drinks and my food and everything from work, because obviously working in my trade, it's a bunch of gas station food. But then my cigarettes.
Oh, right.
Right.
And now I realize, with minor changes and not smoking anymore, I'm spending $4 to $6 a day at the gas station.
Oh, right.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
So you're like...
Right.
Now, if I can get that $4 to $6 down and just fucking pack my own shit,
Well, when it comes to like financial stuff, it's just like you were buying packs of cigarettes from the gas station, where that's $7 to $10 a pack of cigarettes and shit now. But I buy and roll my own cigarettes, so like the cost is $21 for like 3 cartons of cigarettes.
I'm way too high class for that.
Right.
Like I'm not one of you peasants.
The thing is,
I'm too lazy.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I can't.
Because,
I couldn't sit there and roll cigarettes.
Luckily, like you, if you really are inclined and you're out of tobacco, you can like basically go across the street. I have to go all the way to the falls. Like I have to do at least a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
Whereas you could like walk there in like 5
I don't-
minutes.
I just like I don't smoke, so like I don't understand.
You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Like I've done things to try to lean towards not smoking or slowing down smoking, and like having to roll your own is definitely a deterrent. Like, man, I gotta, every time I want a cigarette, I have to make sure that I roll cigarettes.
Right.
But it's just like it's just one of those things that just happens now. Now it's just that's just a step to having a cigarette. So
the
it's not
other
like
thing
it's
I know,
inconvenience necessarily.
it's almost the opposite of what you were just saying. Like when I was rolling my own, it's like, well, shit, I feel like having a cigarette. I'm gonna go down. I chain smoked when I rolled my cigarettes, but when I have to buy my packs,
and
I
most
make
of
it
that
last
shit.
a little longer.
Just out of curiosity, do you guys buy actual cigarette tobacco, or are you guys buying pipe tobacco?
It's a pipe tobacco.
Yeah, that's what I.
Because the cigarette
pipe.
tobacco, like the real cigarette tobacco, is expensive as fuck.
Right,
still.
that's why it's like the pipe tobacco is.
It's the same.
The same thing. It's just it's labeled that so it doesn't get as heavy taxes put on it.
Yeah, and they have, and that's what I was wondering, because like it's all the same. It's just like the ones that are labeled fucking like regular tobacco are expensive as fuck. And
yeah,
it's like,
so if you're going and buying
that?
Indian tubs of Indian tobacco, then you're paying $15 for this little fucking
it's like
tin of
half
it.
a pound.
Right, but if you're spending $15 of just pipe tobacco, you get this big huge bag of it.
Right, that's what we got.
Yeah, fuck you. You fucking people who control how that's priced.
Yeah, because it's like if you're getting legitimate pipe tobacco, like putting that in a cigarette would be horrible.
Oh god,
it would be so awful. Like I used to smoke a pipe back.
See, I just roll up some Red Mans.
Right. Yeah.
Got some good old chewing tobacco.
Right. Really good to go.
I heard in jail they do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you ought to do it.
Well, corrections officers will take their dip out of their mouth and throw it in a common room area, and then people will grab that and dry it out and smoke it. Now I don't know because I've never been to jail. But I just heard that's a thing. Now that could be a thing that people just say on the TVs to talk about prison and
just how bad it is.
But I don't know. But I could see it. Like if you couldn't get tobacco, you would smoke anything.
Hearing the stories about the shit that they make, moonshine and shit out of fucking fruit cups and stuff.
the toilet sangria.
Right, that's not out of the realm of possibilities that they would do that. Because if you can't get a cigarette any other way and you just really want a cigarette, you'll smoke anything. I mean,
it's like watching the homeless people dig through the ashtrays and stuff.
For sure.
So it's up the butts.
If normal people will be like, oh, you smoke menthols, but you only have a regular, and I want to bum a cigarette, they'll do that.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
If they legit want one.
You won't ever be satisfied from what they just gave you, but you'll take that.
But I feel like if you're in a shittier situation, and I feel like being in jail or incarcerated is probably one of the shittiest situations that you would live in a modern society.
Right.
I don't know, dude. Nowadays, those motherfuckers got they're doing Snapchats and TikToks from jail, and they got phones and they can email people.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely getting progressively better than it was from an outside perspective.
Right. Yeah.
You know, not saying that like I know personally it's very well, because there's probably people that would watch this and go, "No, dude, that fucking shit sucks." But I'm saying like there are ways like beforehand, like years ago. Do you remember ever being able to just like email your buddy who's in jail?
I mean, having people or knowing people that have been incarcerated and knowing the struggles that somebody that doesn't have like a cell phone available to them, trying to get commissary to that person, or trying to get stuff on their phone, like expenses, and shit, and like the runaround and the expense that goes into that. It's just like, you know, okay, a few people were able to get a phone and record TikToks and do all this stuff, but it's like, that's not the case everywhere.
Especially not the prison I was in.
Right. Like, I mean, not saying that I was locked up for, you know, things that happened, but there's a reason we haven't been around for 3 months.
People
Did you see my teardrop?
People are going to start, like, Googling your public records.
Right. It's like, oh, did he get locked up?
Well, you came, like...
That's a different Stephen Pluck.
Like,
right. It's like, you think Stephen Pluck's my real name? What a ridiculous name.
Well, the funny thing is like, Jake looks exactly the same as where we left him. You and I have grown a substantial amount of facial hair since. Like,
well, that's what happens when you have like a permanent long beard.
It doesn't
you don't
change
look
ever.
different.
It's like, my beard has to catch up.
Like the only difference, like if I took my hat off, I'm like, oh yeah, he lost a little more hair.
Oh yeah, he changed a little bit. But it's just funny because like physically, like right off rip, you can see the facial change here.
Oh yeah.
So like if we said we went to jail, I wouldn't.
Right. You know. You should
well,
have saw me yesterday. It was looking a lot worse than this.
Mine's getting like just like wow because I need to like get it back in order. So like people would probably just assume I went nuts and was lost in the woods for a while.
Oh yeah, I just saw.
Which is true.
I mean, I assume that's what people think about me all the time. Like when I don't actually like comb my beard or anything.
Like for the longest time, I didn't grow a beard because the whole mask mandate everywhere. So I just, you know,
that's why I wear a bandana.
Right. So it's just like now my work is requiring me to wear a mask again, right as I decided to start growing facial hair again. And I was just like, fuck. Should I shave it off?
Dang it.
It is getting cold outside, and, you know, the beard does help
nice.
when the wind hits you.
Little insulation.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say fuck it. And
2 tears in a bucket.
Right. And just grow it out.
Whatever they said.
Right. 3 tears in a bucket. You know, we'll put all the tears in there.
Every single goddamn tear.
Every tear. You ever collect your tears?
You ever had a bucket?
I've never
I've
cried.
recently bought a bucket.
Did
Speaking
you?
of things that have happened recently, no. I didn't buy a bucket recently. I've had it for a little while.
I was about to say that was the recent life event right there. He got a bucket.
Right.
I've never cried.
Recently I bought a new used PS4.
Nice.
A new used PS4.
Because you can't buy PS4s new anymore. Anywhere. Let's put both of those phrases together for a second.
It saves time until you explain it.
All I needed was a PlayStation 4 controller, and I looked everywhere, and
really?
nobody had one.
I
pissed.
Went through that a couple months ago, and I just bought third party controllers.
Right.
Fuck it.
It's shitty. It's like, we don't sell it anymore because we have the PS5 out. It's like, you can buy a PS5.
But the PS5s are not out.
Right.
They just get bought up.
No, they definitely are out. I went. They're not in there. They're definitely out.
They're always out.
I mean, I'm not interested in a PS5.
Well, I had
I'm gonna get
PS4.
I had my opportunity to buy one.
Yeah.
Like I had the ticket, I had the money to do it, and had the opportunity, and it was gonna be at retail cost.
Okay.
And then my wife told me it was not a good idea, and I passed up on it, and I went, motherfucker.
You're like, if I try to buy this now, it's going to be twice as much.
Yeah, I should have bought that bitch.
Like, I mean, I'm going to get the the PS5.
Yeah, I mean,
At some point. I'm definitely going to.
Right when the PS6 comes out.
Right.
Probably. But even with like the PS4, I waited like a year or two before I got it just because you let them work the bugs out.
Yeah, you let them work all the kinks out. I mean, but right now,
that's how I always am. Even with like games, I wait a year or more before, like, if there's a new game I want to play, I wait.
I have to get the PS5 though.
Yeah.
Because I have the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, the PS4. Like, if I don't get the PS5, what am I doing? And then on the other side, I have the Xbox One.
Yeah. But nothing else.
That's it.
I don't know.
Like, because it starts at 1. There's nothing after that, and so for the Series X.
Like, I just buy consoles and run them pretty much 24/7 to the point where they burn out. So I've probably been through maybe 5 Xbox 360s, at least. I think this is our second PS4. I know that we went through 3, maybe 4 PS3s.
Jesus Christ. I know you burned out my PS3 that I gave you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I got one of those.
I got one of those.
That's not burned
fucking know this. We're talking about this all the time.
I got a Dreamcast too.
Yeah, I would totally play that, but I really like at this point I need a Super Nintendo.
See,
yeah.
Like now I'm curious. I don't know if neither of you probably know when the first Destiny game came out. That's when I got my PS4 and I'm still running that one.
Yeah.
Sick.
I don't know.
I use it every day too.
I mean, like I said, I smoke a lot. And I also smoke inside. So.
Yeah, we don't smoke in the house.
Yeah,
so I burn out electronics because I'm fucking just like my lungs. I don't care.
I'm burning out.
I'll just buy another one.
Lungs are a little more expensive.
Are they though?
I don't know. I mean, if
on
you got
where
a
you buy it,
PS5, they might trade you a lung for a PS5.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I would take a lung in exchange for my PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, have you ever seen the cool display that they show, like, how human lungs work? And it's a real human lung hooked to a thing that, like, inflates and deflates. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I would just do that.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I'm cheap. Just put a fucking birthday balloon in there. I don't even care.
Fill it with helium so you got that high-pitched voice all the time. There you go. You're set. Set for life.
Yeah, but see, like, that's the problem is, like, I would get one of those. Like, my addiction to collecting things that, like, the problem with me is I collect things even if I don't like them. If I've already gotten, like, one, then I'm like, I might as well get all of them ever. Yeah. So, like, if I got, like,
don't get the first one.
If I got an inflatable lung, I'd just fucking end up, like, I'd be on the fucking news because I'd be some weird dude fucking collecting body parts off fucking the black market with fucking Bitcoin.
Right.
But only if they're inflatable.
Yeah. Right. Like, it's the whole new gimmick. Like, you know, there's people that...
Look, these eyes blink.
There's, like, legitimate people that are like, oh, I could totally get my legs amputated because in the next 10 years or so, I'll get full, like, AI robotic legs that, like, move, the toes will move and everything, you know? It's like, no, that's not how that works. You can't just lob all
That's all those legs do, is the toes move.
Right. It's like prosthetics are definitely advancing, but there's no reason to cut off a perfectly good limb to fucking
that's
replace
just those
it.
people, like, looking for that attention factor. Like,
yo,
this is a $500,000 titanium robotic jetpack leg. Like nobody... Keep your limbs until they no longer work.
Like,
fucking
for
asshole.
sure, if I had an accident at work and lost a hand or something, yeah, I want one of those.
Right,
but
for sure.
I'm not,
another one in.
I'm not like, doing it on purpose.
Right. Like, I just can't believe that there's people out there that are disabling themselves on purpose. Like, there's people like, oh, I feel like I should be a blind person. Throw acid in my own eyes.
Right on.
Are there people like? Is that like a legit thing? People are doing this kind of thing.
people are removing fingers, removing legs, or like fucking parts of their arms. And
Now,
shit.
obviously, like, I don't know if there's any, like, criminal charges against that, but obviously that's got to end you in some type of psychiatric, like,
Oh yeah,
center.
for sure.
They're like
Because
self-harm.
You're on watch.
Yeah, because nobody normal, no matter how well you think your
Oh, yeah.
conversation is going with why you did that,
Right.
at the end of the day, no normal person does that. So it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
matter, like, how well you articulate your argument. Like,
Right.
I don't
Like-
see any doctor going, oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah, that's legit.
You're right.
Totally-
You're right.
Yeah, you got it.
You don't
No
need
problem.
to see.
Uh,
And it's like things like people are going to have to care for you for the
See,
rest of your life because you did this to yourself.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I really don't get. The people that are like, oh, I should be blind. Like, I like seeing things.
right.
Like,
It's like, why would you want to take that away?
like I've always
yeah,
been,
but have you ever not seen things?
Right.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I
I've closed
sleep,
my eyes for sure. Like, when I close my eyes and walk around,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
too close to the mic.
Yeah, but the thing
and
is you're
then
still
I
seeing.
stub my toe, and then I get really pissed off, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm not blind.
Right, I'm going to open my eyes and walk this
Uh.
time. One time I walked
I don't
into a
know.
huge hole. It ended up being the Grand Canyon, and I died. Now I'm dead, and I'm here.
I've never seen the Grand Canyon in person.
Me either.
Saw it on the back of the quarter.
When do you guys want to
Grand
go?
Canyon
You guys want to make a trip and go see the Grand Canyon at Saturday on Sunday podcast?
I'm
For
down.
sure.
Deal.
All right, it's a date.
I don't
We'll
even.
do it. We'll do it next Beaver Day.
Where is the
God
Grand?
damn.
Where is the Grand Canyon? Canada.
That's, the next Beaver Day is not that far along.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
do you
far.
do you have savings?
Oh man,
I have
right
so
now.
many collectibles I can sell that
Oh, yeah.
I could probably be all right.
Yeah.
But not fast enough.
Oh,
Right.
for sure, fast enough.
Well, I don't.
I don't have anything to say.
The ones
Okay,
that I
well-
have to sell are gonna sit for a minute.
Then I'll take you
Then
guys.
Again,
I'll take you guys on FaceTime then.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Good deal.
Cool.
I think if we do,
Don't let me fall in.
for sure, this like now we're having conversations that normally normal podcasts would probably just have this off camera, but like we
Right.
should definitely do a trip and like fucking vlog the fuck out of that.
Oh
while we're
yeah.
out.
Is
You
this
guys-
what you guys want to see?
You guys want to see us out doing crazy shit in a
Right.
fucking other state, right?
You've never seen me.
Probably
out.
not.
We'll be a podcast, but outside, but not podcast, but outside. That's a different thing. Not us.
Stop
We're not
bringing
as
up
funny
other
as they-
people.
We're gonna bleep that out. No, no, we're not.
Yeah, probably
I don't
not.
feel like going through and finding it to bleep it out. So fuck
I mean,
you.
that's all they do is bleep out everybody else's names because it's
Right.
I'm
I'm not
not,
a jerk
that
like that.
ambitious of an audio guy.
No. I mean, I'd like to shout out people, and speaking of shouting out, this week's local Akron shout out is the Good Life Tattoo Parlor.
Oh.
Or not
Oh.
tattoo parlor, piercing
Take that back.
studio.
They don't do
Like,
tattoos.
they don't do tattoos anymore. Back in the day, they used
But
to.
they do have
they do.
unicorn posters.
They do have unicorn posters.
So if anything they do there, they sell unicorn posters. Unless they're out, and then they don't do that either.
right,
You ever wanted
might
a
have
needle
stickers.
shoved in you?
But I mean,
Go to them.
it's definitely a place that I recommend. Like, I've gotten a couple piercings done.
Is that
from
where you
there.
got your high nostril?
That's where I got my high nostril. Hey guys, remember me talking about that? I fucking did it.
Can't you see?
I did
Can
not.
you see it from all the way over there? I mean, it was
Do it.
like,
I
as
can't
far
see it
as-
from here.
as far as pain goes, I feel like it was not as painful as the lower nostril piercing. That might seem crazy, and it might should be the opposite.
Was it as painful as the lower nostril piercing?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Your
I mean, I could imagine if I got the very bottom of my nostril pierced, that would be really
Just like
painful.
a
now what
quick
next?
snip.
Are you? Is that it? Or do you want another?
Like, what I'm wondering or what I'm thinking about is either getting a second piercing on the same nostril underneath it, like next to the lower nostril, or going to the other side and getting the other side.
I was gonna say
done.
because you got to be careful. All that metal on one side, you start leaning.
Right.
It's like
It's
Like-
gonna get heavy.
Like, I made the conscious decision to get most of my piercings on the right side.
So, but you're talking like at this point, like you have nowhere else on the face. You're just sticking with the nose at this point.
Like, I don't want to get any more oral piercings, and the only other piercings that I would think would be
Eyebrow.
like,
You want an eyebrow piercing?
and I would never get
Get
an
it.
eyebrow,
Which we
piercing.
all know from the, all the people who watch this know we all love eyebrow
Right.
piercings.
Right.
Like,
That's what we're all about.
I love that good old eyebrow.
I literally,
piercing.
I'm like at this point, I'm thinking about getting an eyebrow piercing out of irony. Like,
right, just like ironic. Like I'm
Isn't it
hipster for
ironic?
the eyebrow piercing.
Don't you think?
No, the new eyebrow piercing that I'm seeing a lot is the central eyebrow piercings.
Oh.
Getting
Give
both of them in the center.
yeah, where it, dude, I
Give yourself a little unibrow action.
I feel like I would just be like staring at those
Right.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
I would never be able to do anything else besides look at the edge of that ball.
That
in my
makes
eye.
Yeah.
that makes driving fun.
But the thing is,
What
with
is
having
that?
with having like the high nostril piercing and stuff, like I can totally look at you and I can see the piercing.
Right, right.
But as long as you're not concentrating on it being
Yeah, but
there,
I would, because I see mine in my lower,
Right.
and I'll glance down it.
Yeah.
But if it's like right here, like this is, yeah, just avoid
Right.
it. Just continue what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing, But like I feel like if it's right here,
like I feel that same way about getting people that get the bridge pierced.
the bridge wasn't ideal either. It's the
Yeah.
same way. It's just
Right.
like in the
Right
way.
there.
I would like constantly like look at it,
Yeah.
especially like it's one of those things where eventually your brain forgets that it's there and you're
Right.
just continuing, but then all of a sudden you'll go
It's like now that we're talking about this, I'm paying
You know.
attention more and more to that.
Right.
right.
Like,
once
when it's-
you're acknowledging
It's
something's
brought
there.
up. You
But-
notice.
But it's healed enough that I'm gonna go and get it switched out and maybe get a flat plate put there so I don't really see it.
Right.
But I don't know.
See, like
Until the sun.
the
hits
problem
it.
is,
Until
like-
the sun hits it, yeah, then I'm blind.
now what kind of do you have a screw on in there, or is that the L shape, or like what kind of
It's like a labret
so
stud, so it has like the flat back with like a
and then you
bar.
screw the ball on.
Right.
Because I feel like that would just be intensely hard to fucking like fuck with, especially like because I know like getting into my nose when I have the nose ring in the septum,
yeah.
and like it's
Right.
rough. So now you got to get past 2 points of blockage to get to that third one and unscrew it and pull it out.
Oh,
That just
yeah.
seems like a lot.
Right. So once I get like I'm gonna go to a professional to change it out. So once they change it out to a shorter bar, like that's it. That's in there. I'm not fucking touching it.
That's the one that's
Not
going
taking it
to.
out because it's not like I'm gonna be able to put a ring or anything in it. It's just
Yeah, but one day you're gonna have to go to the doctors and they're gonna tell you to take it out, and you're gonna be like,
Right, like, what if you have to go and get an MRI?
Well, I have all of the piercing tools to take out and
For
put
sure.
in jewelry. So
me too.
hopefully that
I don't.
I should be able to get it in.
I just recently found them, because
Yeah.
of my septum piercing debacle where I had to use pliers to get it apart.
See, me and Jen both had a full set of them separately before we got together, and those
fucking
completely
meant to be.
disappeared. So
And then you had to buy them all
then we had
together.
to buy them all.
Like,
now
so
we
you only
have-
bought one set together.
Right, we have a one set for both
Yeah.
of us.
I just have the closers, the openers, there's just the stupid shit, the little
Right.
thing that grabs the ball so you don't drop it.
Right. See, we got in total, I think, like 4 different tools. But
And that goes along with people. Like, it's funny when, like, people see them, because I have them in, like, this little, like, storage case, and they always are like, what the fuck? It's like some, like,
right, this is my
surgical
murder
shit.
kit.
I'm like, none of this is doctor stuff. It's to
Right.
take out fucking nose rings without fucking
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
up.
It's like in the variety of jewelry that's out there now, it's just like you need tools
Yeah.
to take them in and out.
Which
But, yeah.
sucks because, like, there's so much jewelry I want. Like, I like the pressure ball thing like you got going on, but I can't
Yeah.
fucking wear that shit to work because my boss is like,
yeah.
oh, it's inappropriate. Like,
right.
fuck
Yeah.
you. I look homeless when I come to work. Like,
Oh, yeah. It's like, what does it make a difference?
yeah, whatever.
I look homeless every day.
Yeah,
to
so
go
if
to
you're a
work.
boss and
Right.
if you're a boss and your employees are fucking have tattoos and nose rings, just let them be
Yeah.
dicks.
Right. It's like, quit being dicks out there. Like, I understand if you have
I
a job.
hate the excuse where it's like it's a safety thing.
Right.
It's
like, if you have a job that it's
Who's
legitimately
safety?
a safety problem,
Like what?
I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
I will say, like, me as a cook, if, like, one of those balls
Yeah.
fell out into the food, that's a
Right.
safety issue.
Yeah, I mean, things
Yeah,
like
but
that.
also
I
like
don't think
one
that-
of anything that you have on your persons at all, like
yeah.
you know,
Like a tooth could fall out. You know.
Fucking-
That's what the mask is for. It catches my
yeah.
teeth.
Like, have you ever seen like
A
have you ever
mask will cover up my piercing and protect it from falling.
Like,
in anyway.
Well,
like when you go to a fast food
Truce.
place and they're like, you know, they're telling the people with long hair that they have to put it up in a bun because they don't want hair get, and it's all like crazy out the sides and stuff. And you're
Oh,
like,
right.
where the fuck is that stopping anything from?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
oh no.
But as far as like, you know,
I mean, if I get a piece of jewelry and it's like, oh, free jewelry.
I had a boss who told me that I couldn't wear fucking flesh tunnels in, you know, because he said they can get hooked on something and rip your ear off. And I said, I promise you that I've had these types of
Right, like-
gauges for many, many, many years, and I've never in my life had
Right.
one catch on anything and rip my ear off.
Yeah.
Fucking and
You gotta be really dumb for that to happen.
yeah, like what's it gonna catch on a car door and just fucking yeet?
You never know.
Car doors are hard.
They are, especially in the morning.
Oh, yeah, in wintertime, it's really
In the
scary.
winter in the morning, you never know.
Winter
Shit
in the
happens.
morning.
I mean, like, yeah, but legitimately, like, when you have had your ears stretched out, at least if, especially if you're at a decent size, you're 100%
Yeah, so if you're at like
aware-
a fucking 2, don't like. I understand. Like,
No,
don't-
it's like if
Right,
you're at a
like-
decent size, you're fully aware of where your earlobes are at all times.
right.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I mean, you know, obviously you know where your earlobes are, but you're aware of your earlobes
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
times, so you're not getting in situations where something's gonna snag you.
Yeah, and I'm never like running my head against anything. Like,
Right.
come on now.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. I'm just saying, like, when I own something and I become a boss, like, I just really
Right.
want to be that guy who's like, I don't care.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
out for car doors.
Like,
That's
I'm
all
just-
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I'm just glad I work at a job where like they don't fucking care what you look like.
I need to get into a comic book shop. Like, that's where I need to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
The problem is, it's like, you know, like,
Yeah.
the amount of money that I make right now at my current job, it's good ass money.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's like, but I don't want to.
Right.
Like, it's not my. It's like I wasn't born like this is my dream job. Like, I
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
made it. But I do make good money,
Right.
which allows me to spend the money on the stupid shit that I
Yeah.
want. Which I mean, I don't believe it's stupid shit, but my wife does. But like,
Yeah.
Isn't that how it always goes?
I just so
Like
desperately want to not feel like I'm waking up every day and going, this fucking sucks.
right.
I think that all the time.
Yeah. What the fuck? We need to make some goddamn money.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking about this today, and it fucking blows my mind. Like, there needs to be, the only reason that there's this need to make a fuck ton of money and to buy nicer things or to do anything.
Yeah.
The only reason everything costs money is because somebody somewhere said it should.
Right.
Like, we could live on a planet where, like, you don't have to spend money and you don't have to do any of that shit if everybody just played it cool.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just was chill about everything.
Right.
Like, so, if it was, now, fucking, you super patriots, don't fucking come at me. But, like, you know, other countries, they're like, hey, we don't have this. And we're like, oh, we have some of that. But you
Right.
have this. Like, we could just, like, give that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
to each other.
Right.
You know, we could
Just
just be
trade.
living. Like, foods and stuff. But, like,
Oh, yeah.
somewhere along the lines, and this is where people who would go, yeah, but it's a supply and demand and blah, 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 and
Oh,
this and
right.
that and whatnot and hoo-ha.
It's like,
Like,
oh,
if you
but
did
my
away
life's
with
more
all-
important than this person, so I should.
But if you did away with it all, and we were just all fucking chill,
Right.
like, we could just live life without need. Without needing to go to fucking actual work, without needing to do anything.
Anthony, what you're talking about here is socialism, and I'm gonna need you to slow that down.
No, and not even that. Like I'm just talking about like
I'm not that person.
Way back. Like I'm talking way back.
Yeah.
Stop doing weird stuff. No. But like way back. Right. Way before there was any, like I'm talking no technology, just people fucking living.
We can do that. Know? Let's just fucking nomad it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because at one point somebody's like, I found this shiny rock, and the other person's like, but I found this shinier rock. This is worth more.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Wait a minute.
Well, then it became like...
Do you want to trade that shiny rock for this shiny rock?
You got to give me, like, multiple shiny rocks.
Oh, you want... Yeah.
To get this shiny
and then
rock.
currency was built. And then once the currency was built, somebody decided that they needed to be in control of it. And blah, 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 and whatever. And I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the day, and it all stemmed from me going, man, I gotta fucking work to pay all these fucking bills. And then I was like, who the fuck came up with this idea? Who the fuck thought this was anything that we should be doing ever?
But you think of that in when you think about that kind of society in your mind, there would still be a hierarchy of existence.
And that there has to be.
Right. Like even in animals in nature.
But I'm saying like there doesn't have to be. Like obviously there needs to be no hierarchy, but there has to be because of how humans think.
Right.
Because of how the fuck we think.
Yeah.
And that's because like without somebody telling you that you can't, you will.
Right.
And that's a problem. And like I said, that's if we could go back into that way back and just be chill.
Right.
Hey, yo, like, don't stab that dude to death. We don't have to put you in jail. Just don't do that. And he's like, oh, my bad, dog. I didn't know that was my bad. Now we're not going to do that. Like, fuck. The utopia of what it, I'm just saying, like, what it could have been to what, like, us as humans made it. You know, we're such dickheads.
Right? Have you seen the Eternals movie?
No,
I have not seen Eternals yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stream it.
I started watching it and I started falling asleep, so Jen turned it off. So I'm gonna finish it at some point. But the bits that I have seen, it definitely deals with like the progress of humanity and how like if certain things weren't made or certain like steps weren't taken, like. We probably would have had a much peaceful existence.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like everybody wants what somebody else has. And if we were just chill, it'd just been like, well, I have this and you have this, and let's just be chill about it. Like, you could have some, I could have some, we can live together. It
all goes back to kindergarten. Just share.
Right. Sharing is caring. And we're not talking about, like, any kind of political, like, thing. I'm talking like, way back before that whole system.
Could you imagine if we came out with steam engines before we came out with guns and how crazy the technology would be now?
There would be steam-powered guns everywhere.
Backfired and boiled my face.
Steampunk. I recently saw a steampunk metal band from Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
they're pretty cool.
I don't know.
They're really cool. They put on one hell of a fucking stage show, which was really cool because, like, they came out from Minnesota and they talked like they were from Minnesota. And I was like, Minnesota!
Don't you know?
And, you betcha. But they were really cool because, like, they're on stage and they're like, and then they're like, oh, you betcha. But they put on a real good show. I mean, they had lights, they had fucking smoke, they had all the gear, everything was like
they have steam?
Cool. And like they put the fucking
you thought it was
fog
smoke,
machines
but
everywhere.
It was, steam.
But the thing is they put on this great show on this tiny stage because they're used to playing on a bigger stage and moving because they were trying to, but like they have like 4 feet to do it, and they did this all for a group of like 10 people standing in front of them.
Oh, right.
I love that shit. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like
as a musician, can you move on stage? I don't know about moving on stage. I'm usually sitting in the one spot.
Like, to be honest, I would much rather go to a local show and see a band giving it their all for 10 people than going to a show where a band doesn't give a shit, but the whole fucking place is packed.
Yeah, but even then, I've seen I've seen bands literally see the crowd before they're supposed to go on and literally be like, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like I've heard of bands just like
Oh,
walking
that's
out,
ridiculous.
just
Right.
walking out because the venue wasn't enough for them.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah,
get it.
fuck
Like
that.
being a band, like, and we've talked about this, being a band and playing local shows, like
right.
the headliner gets a little bit of money to split between their 5 bandmates, but they're not making any fucking money off the shows. Like,
No, of course not.
So I get it where it kind of sucks. You're like, there's fucking 8 people out here. I'm not, but like, that's what separates you
See, but
from the shitty people. Like
The-
when
the
you're still cool
difference,
and you're like,
though,
you
is-
came to see me. I'll play for the one guy standing in the middle of the
Right.
fucking crowd.
And not only that, not playing for like the one guy in the crowd. I play music because I like to.
Right.
Like
Right.
If you
I'm not going there
But-
just because I'm hoping 100
some
people
record
loves me.
some record
yeah.
executive's going to be standing there watching,
I'm
and you're
playing
going
there.
to
I'm
make it.
like, I know I'm not doing good, but I'm having fun
And
while
then,
I'm
like,
doing it.
yeah, and as a drummer, like, if there is only a few people in the crowd, like, you can do the little, like, I'm spinning my stick and, like, pointing at one person in the crowd. And he
or
knows
I
you're
can-
pointing at him because he's the only one there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, me? Oh, no. The guy behind you, and he turns
Right.
around. There's nobody there.
The sound
It's
guy,
gotta be
turn my
me.
turn my snare up. No, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The band I talk about all the time, Let Them Divide, they had a show come up, and then they canceled because of personal stuff, and I almost cried.
Yeah.
Did
Like,
you
I wanted
punch?
to be the one
Did
guy.
you punch one of them in the balls?
No, I didn't, but I might the next time I see them.
Okay.
Like, hey, this is for canceling that show. You
Yeah.
remember that show?
And if it was something majorly important, I'll apologize after the fact, but it's still going to happen. You guys discuss amongst yourself who it's going to be.
Which one of you is gonna get?
I
punched in
would
the
I would
balls?
say the drummer. He left early the first time I was trying to get a signature. So
That
yeah.
sounds about right.
yeah,
Punch a drummer in the
where the
balls.
fuck is the drummer? He's sitting down anyway. So
All right.
Fuck
the
drummers.
fucking drummer just sits there the whole time.
Lazy
ass
motherfucker.
drummers. Jeez.
Hey, you know who's lazy in the band?
Hmm.
Fucking drummers.
Fucking drummers.
They show up, sit down, and then just fucking take off.
Yeah.
Fucking lazy motherfuckers.
Right.
Fucking-
Act like they have the most gear to load in.
Right. Fucking
Assholes.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to carry a
That-
guitar on stage, dude. That's fucking
that
rough.
wasn't a personal rant at all. I'll be right back.
Will you be right back?
Oh, well, at this juncture, I'm going to talk about my song of the week.
We'll talk about it.
Well, it's a 20-minute song called Rap God Part 2, and it's by a rapper named Dax. And it's the first song that I heard by this guy, and it was a 20-minute
You
rant.
so you just now found out about Dax.
Yeah, just
Okay.
recently in the last, month.
Right
or
on,
so.
right on.
And I know that he's probably been around and popped out.
Yeah, he's
It's
been
like-
through and through, you know.
Right. But it's just like, oh, a 20-minute rap song?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this sounds like. So it's like, I listened to it and watched the music video for it. And after the 20 minutes, I was like, wow, I've not heard this guy before. And now it's like I go and I listen to more of his music.
Mhm.
It's like, I like
Yeah.
this. I'm
Right.
a big fan of alternative, kind of rap music where it's not like the mainstream, Drake garbage and stuff that's out there.
You trying to hold back a little bit, just like
You know,
the
not-
Drake the
not
garbage.
throwing any shade out there, but Drake
Ah.
makes garbage music for garbage people. And Dax makes, angry music
for garbage people.
for garbage people.
Ah.
But what I realized after listening to this song and listening to a lot of other rap songs from rappers that are good at rapping, they all attack mumble rappers, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying that mumble rap's the greatest thing or that I necessarily listen to a lot of mumble rap, which I don't. But all of the people that are dissing mumble rap, their raps all sound the same, dissing the people that all sound the same.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think for sure. If it's making money, it's not stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're succeeding at it,
Yeah.
how stupid can it be? How
Right.
whack can it be?
Yeah.
You know, and I get the
can
people
be
saying
extremely whack.
But I get the people saying, like, you know, it's taking away from the originals and it's ruining a thing. But it's a whole new thing nowadays.
I mean, I'm not going to go...
So,
I'm not going to be one of those hip-hop head kind of guys and say that, oh, there's no place for this at all. All I'm saying is that the amount that goes into making a song like that compared to a song that has deep lyrics and has layers upon layers, like the level of difficulty I feel is drastic.
Yeah, but the thing about it is at the end of the day, the listeners don't give a shit.
Right, yeah. I mean,
you know?
I'm not going to...
And that's what's... I mean, and that's... That's... Right. You know, the truth of it all. The listeners don't give a shit how long it took you, what you put into it. They don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
And there are some that do. Like, the people who can sit down and think about it. But, like, the vast majority is like, we don't give a fuck. This is either hit or it's miss. And I don't give a fuck how long it took you or how much you love it.
Right. Know? I mean, it's just like... I just think about, like, all of these intelligent rappers that are putting all of these things or making all of these songs, dissing all of these other types of music. They're wasting their time.
Right.
Because it's like you're putting more effort into dissing this style of music and you're going to get the most syllables per second in there. So you can have 1,001 words in your 2.5 minute song to diss how bad these mumble rappers are. It's just like you're wasting your breath.
Right.
But I mean, the thing is, most fast rappers, all they're doing is talking shit about somebody else.
Right.
Like, there's no fast rappers talking about how great their day was. You know what I'm saying? Or how great.
So you're saying that you want to see these guys.
I need to see if Ice Cube can make a gangster rap song about how today was a good day. Fast rappers can make fast raps about how the day was awesome.
Right. Okay. So let's put that out there. Let's get a rapper.
Hey, any fast rappers or rappers in general that are good and think about it.
Just talk about the day you had and how great it was. Hell yeah, dude! Right. I can see it. I can see it. Like talking about how the grocery store was
give
good.
Me a BPM and I'll try to make a beat for you.
Oh yeah,
you come on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll get a good day.
I missed like this whole thing because I had to pee real bad.
Well, basically, it started out. My song of the week is the.
These people don't even want to recap.
Song.
You missed it. You gotta watch.
And
the
now,
I mean, I'll watch the episode. Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta watch. These people don't want to recap.
But basically, come on, rappers.
Yeah, let's
like. You know, it's one of those things, like, I thoroughly enjoy good rap music. Like, don't ask me to name a list of songs by an artist, because I can't do that. Because I can't do that about
You come across
anybody.
a track and you like it.
But, like, I'll list you a list of artists that I enjoy their music.
I mean, really, it's... I attribute my music taste depending on the mood I'm in.
I don't like music at all.
I mean,
not even one music's.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, no wonder you were singing Kid Rock earlier. Shake my head.
Favorite bands: Kid Rock, Nickelback.
Right?
Whatever happened to Twisted Brown Trucker? Isn't that the Kid Rock's band?
They died in a trucking accident.
Whatever happened to Uncle Cracker? Can you believe that there was a popular artist?
He died in an Uncle Cracker accident.
Named Uncle Cracker? I'm going to come out with my...
Giant Eagle remembers.
For sure. And it's that one song, you know.
The one and only song.
I went back and tried to listen to his album that he came out with, and it's like, why? Why did I have this? Like, this is garbage.
Because you were young and dumb.
But,
full of cum.
At the same time, I'll go back and listen to all kinds of albums like Limp Bizkit and fucking rock that shit every day.
Well.
Because Fred Durst hasn't done anything publicly that has made me ashamed to listen to him like other artists.
Like Smash Mouth?
Like Smash Mouth and Marilyn Manson and R. Kelly. No, I'm just joking. I was never an R. Kelly fan. everybody knows remix to Ignition, but nobody knows Ignition, right?
Exactly. It's,
Was that
it's
actually
only about the reignition.
Like, in my mind, like, was that even a song? Or was it just the remix to Ignition was the song?
Yeah.
I think it was. It was like a marketing ploy.
Right.
Like,
Man.
oh shit,
I'm gonna
that's
have
the
to find
remix?
that.
I gotta bump the remix because I definitely knew the
No.
original.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't. I don't think I know enough about any of like that era.
Yeah.
Like when the songs come on, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this one. But like
Yeah. I mean, I listen to older stuff.
there was
I've been
Trapped in
listening
the
to a lot
Closet.
of-
That was
yeah.
a thing for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, come out the closet.
He
I like
couldn't
the-
figure out how closet doors work.
Right.
That's weird.
I like the Weird Al parody of it better.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I like the Weird Al parody of a lot of the songs better.
Right. Some of them are like, oh, there's an original. I thought this was just a funny song.
I thought this was the original.
You mean there was an original to Amish Paradise?
Right. You made it all serious.
Hey,
Right.
yeah, I will say that Gangster's Paradise is a great song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm just joking. Everybody knows Gangster's Paradise if you're, an adult.
Or a kid
Well, I mean,
or anything.
Do
an
kids?
adult, but like an adult from what year?
Like
yeah.
like my
like,
Noah knows that song. My
people-
son knows that song.
Well,
well,
because he has gangster-ass parents.
right.
You know?
Gay.
Like,
But you gotta think like someone born in 2000 who is now 21, which is fucking weird. But
It's fucking sick, dude.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
It's fucking sick.
they don't know Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been listening to fucking LL Cool J and Run DMC. I'm going way back recently.
Yeah, like I said, and
That-
we've
that's-
mentioned it.
That's not like. I will mention my recent collecting edition. Like,
Crack.
I'm back into crack, so getting real.
I can't
real
really
into
collect it because I've been smoking it all.
It disappears real fast.
Like, what happened to it? Somebody must have
No,
came and stole
like,
that
I
shit.
got real back into getting vinyl records, and
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones that I have is a KRS-One vinyl. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when you go back to old school, like
Oh, yeah.
go back to like
Right.
the KRS-One. That's like pristine shit.
Right.
Like when the lyrics are fun but smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, like I like KRS-One. I like a lot of the stuff, but it's like sometimes I'm in a real hip-hop mood where I don't want to think, and sometimes he's like, makes me think too much, and like...
No, I get that.
The people under the stairs.
The people under the stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
No.
Like not the
I
movie.
just saw a door open over there. I was confused.
Not the movie. But the group. You don't fuck with them.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna have to look it up.
We'll have to play it after this is over. We'll have to play some people under the stairs.
Oh, okay.
That's some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hip-hop music?
Yup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll want to check it out too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll know them.
See, like
Once
you-
I don't get a lot into like hip hop. Like very rarely do I get into it, but like there's certain like
What about
things.
like Will Smith,
No.
greatest hip hop artist of all time?
I've been listening to his son a lot more.
I mean I will rep the shirt he's wearing right now, the Wu-Tang.
Everybody,
Yeah,
You-
but there's
you don't
nothing to
fuck-
fuck with.
You don't fuck
They're-
with Wu-Tang.
they're for the children.
Like, come on. Who's not chess boxing?
Man, it almost makes me want to get a fucking Wu-Tang neck tattoo, you know?
I don't know anybody with one of those.
Right.
Protect your neck.
You gotta be a pretty big fan.
I don't know one person with a
I mean-
Wu-Tang neck tattoo.
Like, you gotta protect your neck, and the best way is with a Wu-Tang neck tattoo, right?
Right. Because Wu-Tang
Now, see,
is
like,
forever.
I would 100% get a Wu-Tang tattoo. 100%.
I mean, I have a
yeah.
killer bee on my leg.
But
My
like,
B-boy tattoo.
on my neck,
Yeah, that's like a...
probably not.
Like, I've thought...
I'm not knocking anybody else who did it. I'm
That's
just
like
saying,
getting
Yeah.
the paw print on your tit.
Dude,
or wings.
when
on
I
your
got
chest.
that
Like,
one,
what is that?
when I got the paw print on my chip,
Yeah.
it was
Rough Riders.
y'all can't deny it.
Oh yeah, like I mean, tattoos are one of those things. Like I have no, like serious tattoos. Like I have matching tattoos that mean a lot to me, but it's a unicorn.
Like with
tattoo.
who?
Dude,
I got 2 matching tattoos with Jacob, which is
Like
crazy.
who?
if you guys think we have ADD when it comes to these conversations, drop a like.
Right. Sometimes, you skip around on these episodes and you're like, wait.
What
did
the fuck?
They're like, what did I
Pretty
miss?
sure they already
You missed
talked
half
about
of a
that.
sentence
If you're
that
not paying
changed
attention
everything.
from the beginning to we're like a fucking movie. Like if you're not paying attention to all the plot points, you won't know what the fuck's happening. And then at the end of it,
You'll
we're like
forget who the character was.
at the end of it, you realize the plot point didn't matter. None of
Right.
it makes sense.
It was all a
anyways.
red herring the entire time.
Dude, I don't like herring. It's gross.
I don't know that I've ever had herring.
Have you ever had a red one?
I mean, if I did have it, I didn't know what color it was.
Oh, man. Where have we been? I drank all my coffee because I only got 1 coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got coffee now because I'm an adult. I grew up
Well,
on
Yeah.
the vacation.
I was gonna say I went up and went to the bathroom and grabbed another beer, so it's hard to tell.
I had a
where
shot
we're
of
at.
Jack. I mean, that was cool.
I shot Jack, but not
Nope.
the deputy.
That's not copyrighted.
I shot your sheriff,
If you sing it,
Sure enough.
and I shot your fucking
the guy who helps him.
crosswalk.
You shot the guy at the
Officer.
crosswalk?
Yeah.
That's good. Fuck that guy.
Right.
Oh man.
Not crossing when it was his time to cross. You fucking
yeah.
asshole.
What a dickhead.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was listening to an old Eminem song, and a lot of the times I don't absorb lyrics to songs. Like, I just kind of listen to it. Like, I absorb it
did you
enough
hear what
to,
he said?
like,
Nope.
I absorb it enough to remember the words to, like, sing along with songs and stuff, but never, not always absorb the meaning. But, like, there's a line in an Eminem song where he's like, the high that he gets when he drives past 6 people
And 5 I hit.
And it's like,
Oh
just
shit. I started a mosh pit.
hit me like he just ran over 5 people.
Yeah, but not 1, so he's an alright guy.
Right.
Right, he's alright.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know.
Wholesome lyrics that is.
It's just like, I just need to listen to and absorb more things that I listen to.
Right.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's just takes up too much space in your mind to absorb everything.
I have a question, though.
Who is it?
Would you guys rather end this episode or do a would you rather question?
Oh, it's the end. It's a new thing.
Whoa! I did it.
This is a new thing. Nobody else has done this before.
Never.
It's a new. It's not a new
original.
thing ever. It's a new thing for us. At the end, we're just gonna end with a whatnot.
I'm just joking.
Would you rather?
I'm not joking. Has this ever been done?
This is something that we came up with.
I thought I did it.
We're just gonna do an ending. Would you rather? And that's where we're gonna end it. And if you don't like it, we don't care. Yes,
You should
we
do it like
Tell
a
us.
you should do it like a magician and do like the flip through and tell Steven when to stop.
Okay. Tell Steven when to stop.
Stop.
All right.
Oh. that's. This is the one Jake and I have already read.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising because there's a lot of cards there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I
That's what's
haven't
weird. We
read
only
that.
And
read.
we shuffled them.
We only read like 2, and this is
Oh.
one of them. Okay.
I knew it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather eat a cube of dry ice
Oh shit!
or a heaping bowl of fried afterbirth?
Afterbirth. For sure. 100%. Like, people do that. People eat, like, the placenta and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a thing that people do, so it's not as weird. But I think a cube of dry ice.
Would do damage to your mouth.
Like, I wouldn't survive that.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I mean, like you got no feeling after.
But like the cool effect of like the smoke coming out of my face, and then like for plenty of time after my death, it's just like smoking. There it is.
It's like, oh, he's dead. Oh yeah, for sure, definitely dead.
That's fun.
But look at his eyeballs smoking. That's sick as fuck.
Like that's just like
Is that the only question on that card?
No, there's three.
Oh, there's three. Do you want to do all three?
Do you want to do all three?
I was gonna tack it up behind me, and that's gonna be the ones we do.
Okay. Would you rather be on a reality TV show or punch everyone who has been?
Punch everyone that has been.
Punch everybody who's been on a reality show.
Like the thing is it? Am I seeking out everybody that's ever been on a reality
guessing.
show?
I mean, that's it.
Them?
Or just like,
because that'd be cool. I get to travel all around the world and fucking
or
punch
just
people.
by happensince, like.
And
hey,
here's
you ever been on a reality TV show?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be on one.
Yeah.
No.
Because there's probably more money in that.
Right. Yeah,
well,
but it's just like.
Since this is one we talked about earlier, I also said, how well written is that script?
Yeah.
Like, am I a douchebag? Or
yeah, like, what are you going to turn me into?
Like, do I get to have fun on this? Like,
are people going to hate me when they see me in public?
Like, and what type of reality show is it? Is it like fucking Real World, where you just like you go and you live somewhere for however long?
Right.
But is it in the
home?
real world?
I mean, we're in the Matrix. We all know this.
I don't know. I haven't seen the new one. I can't tell yet.
The last one.
Yeah.
I'm cutting you off to say the last one is relevant to what we talked about today.
Is relevant to what we talked about today.
It says, would you rather lose an arm or lose a leg?
A leg, probably.
A leg, for sure. I'd rather lose a leg.
I like having two functioning hands.
I can't even grab anything with my feet, so
right.
Not good at it.
You haven't tried? You don't got that monkey toes?
Yeah, I'm not good at it.
I mean, I can
I've
pick
tried.
up some things with my feet.
Like thin things. Like I can get like the
like I don't want to
cable
lose anything
off the floor with my toes.
If I had to, like you can get a wooden peg leg and it'd be cool.
Right.
Like it'd be old, nostalgic. Like this is a pirate leg type deal. But like if your hand doesn't function or your arm doesn't work, like I just feel like it would throw me off way more than losing a leg.
I have an uncle that has lived a majority of his life with a hook and a crippled hand.
Right.
And he's
he smokes and drinks like a
also another thing that you're not thinking about is like when you lose an arm, you don't have to learn how to re-walk.
Oh,
you don't have to learn. Like you might have to learn
how
to
do
grab
you
stuff
know?
with your.
Have you ever seen me walk?
But like you might have to learn. Like tell yourself, like if you lose your right hand to do that, or write with your left hand now, or do anything like that. But like if you lose a leg, like you have to learn how to re-walk. Like you can't just like. It's not like you're gonna throw a prosthetic on and walk. And then prosthetics are expensive as fuck. So you might end up with just crutches, and that would fucking suck.
Right. I will say for the signature thing, like, have you ever had to sign on somebody's shitty little like iPad when they're dropping something today. Off, like
it's
with your finger?
Like a thing.
And like you're like, oh cool, I can totally do this, and it's like, no, that's not working at all.
I just do a whoop whoop whoop. That just like makes something up.
I mean, my signature's never the same.
All
Don't steal my identity.
So before we head out and on that, I just wanted to tell you guys we talked about giving away an autographed Funko Pop that I talked about getting a while ago. Shout out to Rubber City Comics and Sam De La Rosa. This is where I got this. This is a Venomized Doctor Strange autographed and remarked Funko Pop in a hard case with a certificate of authenticity on the back. This will be given away to one lucky viewer. There will be a post on our Facebook, so if you are not following our Facebook, that's Saturday on Sunday podcast on Facebook. If you are not following us, you will not get the information on how to win this bad boy, but this will be given away. So it'll be up there. Just wanted to show you guys because Steven tried to play me and say that I probably wasn't going to do it. Here it is. It's going to happen.
That was Jacob.
It wasn't.
No. I
was it Jake?
No. I believed you. I would keep that myself, honestly.
I thought you guys would just teamed up on me when I said I was going to give something away because I do often.
I know that you.
I'll give away anything.
I know for sure you would give it away.
Yeah.
Me myself.
I would give that
that's
away.
dope.
For sure.
I would keep it.
Like,
but
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is some money.
We are gonna come out with. We're gonna figure out the details. You guys are gonna win this.
Because I'm not just gonna give it away to just willy nilly. Like this is
this ain't like the old.
Yeah, this isn't giving away.
This
something
ain't like the old shit.
And
right. This is legit shit.
So we're gonna give this away.
That's badass.
So make sure you're on our Facebook. Make sure you're following us. We will put the information out there. Again, shout out to Rubber City Comics. That's in Akron.
You gonna enroll?
I said I'm gonna try and win that shit. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
I might trade some of my comics to him because I know he's addicted to them.
I'm addicted. Yeah, so you might win if you just give me some comic books because like I'm obsessed with comic books right now. But yeah, it will be given away. And we do have more stuff to give away in the future. There's going to be big things this year. We said it last year. We said last season that it was going to be different. Right. This year we are really, like, we're
working on it.
We're having meetings outside of podcasts. We're figuring it out. We live closer. It was just a bunch of changes going on.
Don't lie to the people. We had one meeting.
Yeah, but 2021 was just like, it was a lot going on. A lot of changes happened. Yeah. So hopefully now we're settled down. Right. We're in a move to... We're understanding that we are progressing as a podcast. We're growing up. We're realizing what we need to do.
Right.
And it's just a big thing, especially like knowing me. You guys have heard me talk about it. I have a family. I have fucking 3 kids that just get in the way of my scheduling, those little fucks. I'm just kidding. I love them to death, but it causes an issue. We're in the process of working that out. Like I said, you might see a second studio just because we need it. Because these kids don't have kids, so they don't know what it's like.
I have a dog or 2.
Yeah, but I also have a dog. Like,
well, get your shit together.
Right.
So, anyways,
you gotta get rid of those kids and get more dogs.
As always, we just want to thank you guys for continuing to support us, and watching us grow and. Thank you for all that stuff. Thank you for everybody who tuned in for the first time today. Thank you to everybody. We love each and every one of you guys. Anyways, this has been Saturday on Sunday podcast. I'm Twan.
I'm Steven.
And for all the alcoholics out there, cheers. I'm Jake.
Peace.
Peace out. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
Do you think I dropped
Keep it going.
you too fast?
Oh, did I give it away? Subscribe.
I'm gonna give that thing. Welcome back to
Saturday on Sunday.
Bring you some biscuits.
We're not ghosts.
What a stupid podcast.
Welcome.
Have you ever put a quarter on a
Not
garbage.
throwing any shade out there, but Drake makes garbage music for garbage people.